10 reasons. Dogs tilt their heads at you specifically. You say one word, just one, and your dog stops everything, locks eyes with you, and tilts their head like you just casually revealed the meaning of life. It's the single most photographed, most gift, most awe-inducing thing a dog can do. And it turns out there's a surprising amount of real science behind exactly why they do it, and why it seems to happen specifically around you. Today we're breaking down 10 real reasons behind the head tilt. Let's get into it. Number 10. They're adjusting their ears to locate a sound. The most straightforward explanation is also one of the most functional. Tilting the head slightly changes the position of a dog's ears relative to a sound source, helping them pinpoint exactly where a noise is coming from. It's a small, physical adjustment that genuinely improves their ability to locate sound, similar to how you might turn your head slightly to hear something better in a noisy room. Number 9. Their snout is literally blocking their view. Here's a genuinely underrated reason. Depending on breed, a dog's own snout can partially block their line of sight to a person's mouth and face. Tilting the head shifts the snout out of the way, giving them a clearer view of your facial expression while you're talking. Longer-snouted breeds tend to do this more often than flatter-faced breeds for exactly this reason. They've got more nose in the way to begin with. Number 8. They're trying to read your facial expression. Dogs are remarkably skilled at reading human facial expressions, genuinely more so than most other animals, likely a result of thousands of years living alongside us. A head tilt while looking directly at your face may be less about sound and more about getting a better visual angle to process what your expression is telling them, especially if your tone of voice doesn't quite match what your face is doing. Number 7. They recognize certain words. Some research suggests dogs that are especially good at learning words show the head tilt more frequently and more consistently than dogs with a smaller vocabulary. One study following border collies known for large word recognition found they tilted their heads specifically when hearing words they already knew, more than when hearing unfamiliar sounds. In other words, the tilt might be a small physical sign that your dog is actively processing a word they recognize, not just reacting to random noise. Number 6. It's a learned behavior because you react to it. Dogs are extremely good at cause and effect, and the head tilt gets a very consistent human reaction: laughing, cooing, immediate phone out photo mode. Some trainers believe dogs can pick up on this reaction and repeat the tilt specifically because it reliably gets a positive response from their person, which means in some cases your dog isn't confused at all. They just know exactly what it does to you. Number 5. They're trying to better locate. Through peripheral vision, dogs generally have less detailed central vision than humans, but wider peripheral vision. A head tilt can shift exactly which part of their visual field is catching you, helping bring you more clearly into focus, especially if you're just slightly off to one side rather than directly in front of them. Number 4. Curiosity about an unfamiliar sound or word. Not every tilt is about recognition. Sometimes it's the opposite. A completely new or unusual sound can trigger the same head tilt simply out of curiosity, as your dog tries to figure out what exactly they just heard and whether it's worth paying more attention to. This is why so many dog owners discover the tilt happens with squeaky toys, video game sound effects, or oddly pitched words just as often as with familiar commands. Number 3. Genuine confusion about what you're asking. Sometimes, it really is just confusion, plain and simple. If you use an unfamiliar tone, a new word, or an inconsistent cue compared to how you usually phrase something, a head tilt can genuinely mean, "I don't quite understand what you want from me right now." It's not a bad thing. It usually just means your dog is actively trying to work it out rather than tuning you out entirely. Number 2, they're reading your tone more than your words. Dogs pick up heavily on tone, pitch, and rhythm, arguably more than the actual words themselves. Say complete nonsense in an excited, high-pitched voice, and most dogs will react the exact same way they would to real words. The tilt in this case may be your dog processing the emotional tone of what you're saying, trying to match it up with what they'd expect to hear next, regardless of whether the words mean anything at all. Number 1. It's a sign of genuine engagement and attention. And the number 1 reason, the one that ties most of these together, across nearly every theory here, the head tilt consistently shows up specifically when a dog is highly engaged and actively paying attention, not when they're bored or tuned out. Whether it's locating a sound, reading an expression, or recognizing a word, the tilt seems to reliably signal one core thing: your dog is fully focused on you, in that exact moment, trying to understand you as clearly as possible. Bonus segment. Why does it happen? Specifically around you. A lot of you have probably noticed your dog tilts their head far more around you specifically than around other people, and there's a real reason for that. The head tilt seems to happen most with familiar voices your dog already has a strong association with, meaning the effect is often stronger with you than with a stranger, simply because your dog has years of context, recognized words, and emotional association built up specifically around your voice and face. A stranger's voice doesn't carry that same weight yet, so the reaction tends to be more muted or absent entirely. Quick but genuinely important health note here, since this is a pet health channel and this particular topic actually has a real medical side to it. An occasional head tilt during normal interaction is completely fine and expected, but a head tilt that's constant, one-sided, doesn't go away when you stop talking, or is paired with stumbling, loss of balance, or unusual eye movement is a different situation entirely. That combination can point to an ear infection, inner ear issue, or in some cases, a neurological condition, and it's worth a same-week vet visit rather than something to wait out. The difference is usually pretty clear. Situational, responsive tilting during conversation is normal. A tilt that lingers on its own with no trigger is the one to watch. So next time your dog tilts their head at you specifically, know there's a decent chance several of these are happening at once. Locating your voice, reading your face, recognizing a word, and just generally being fully locked in on you in that moment. It might be one of the most universally loved dog behaviors out there, and honestly, it's earned that reputation. Let us know in the comments what specific word or sound gets your dog's head tilt every single time. We want to see how many of you have the exact same trigger word. And if you like this one, go check out our video on 10 weird dog behaviors that are actually totally normal, since a lot of the instincts we covered there connect directly to this one too. Subscribe for weekly pet health and behavior videos. Stay positive, see you in the next one.